Mm. Ladies, here's are the tips for you. Don't marry this type of a guy. Don't marry a guy you can only call your prince. Marry a guy you can also call your priest. Don't marry a guy you can only call your love. Marry a guy you can also call your Lord. Don't marry a guy who can only father your unborn children. Marry a guy who can also father you into greatness in God and life. Don't marry a guy who can take you to other room. Marry a guy who can also take you to the prayer room. Don't marry a guy who can only feed you physically. Marry a guy who can satisfy you both physically and spiritually. Don't marry a guy who can only, flaunt on social media. Marry a guy who can also flaunt in the Holy Spirit. Don't marry a guy who is only concerned about your external. Marry a guy who is helplessly in love with your beauty and the God in you. Don't marry a guy you can only call your playmate. Marry a guy who can also call your destiny mate. Don't marry a guy who can only do life with. Marry a guy who can also do with, where you two are passionately doing the kingdom business. Above all, marry in the Lord's will. Marry a guy who can help you fulfill your purpose and destiny, not a guy who has no business with what you live for. One will chase 1,000, two shall put 10,000 to fight. I called you blessed. Okay? I wish you the best. God bless you. Shalom. Arrivederci.